Good afternoon, welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in our headlines, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation debunks claims that the Jubilee Oil Holdings Limited deliberately failed to pay proceeds from liftings in the first half of 2023. And stakeholders in cocoa sector advise government to be alert after multinational cocoa purchasing companies started rejecting cocoa beans from Ivory Coast, citing high prices. Later on, Food Chain, we will tell you how Ghanaians are taking advantage of the UN's declaration of October as World Food Month to grow more food. More shortly. Always a delight to have you on. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Let's now settle for the details. The Ghana National Petroleum Authority has debunked claims that the Jubilee Oil Holdings Limited deliberately failed to pay proceeds from liftings in the first half of 2023. This comes after a semi-annual report from the Public Interest and Accountability Committee indicated that the Jubilee Oil Holding Limited failed on 4 consecutive times to pay proceeds from the Jubilee and 10 fields amounting to $343 million to the Petroleum Holding Fund. Meanwhile, GNPC in a press release today says the inability of not paying revenues into the Public Holding Fund is supported by the express written legal opinion of the Attorney General. James Ishen reports.
The Ghana National Petroleum Commission in the release said the Public Interest and Accountability Committee is aware of GNPC's disagreement with the long-held view of PIAC, and GNPC has on numerous occasions explained why revenues from petroleum activities of its subsidiaries cannot be considered as petroleum revenue that must be paid into the Petroleum Holding Fund. GNPC further explained that revenues of a subsidiary of a company established under Act 992 are neither due its shareholder versus the parent company nor the shareholder of the parent company. According to the Commission, its accounts are transparently audited annually by a reputable audit firm appointed by the Auditor General, of which a final report is submitted to Parliament for further scrutiny.
James Ishen filed that report. Now, some stakeholders in the cocoa growing sector have urged government to stay alert on moves by international cocoa buying companies to force price down. This was after multinational companies rejected Ivory Coast cocoa prices, citing its high prices. The following report has more. The issue gained attention after Ivory Coast's cocoa regulator said it is struggling to sell cocoa export contracts for the 2024-2025 season to multinational cocoa buying companies. According to Reuters, the multinational companies are demanding lower prices, contrary to current market prices occasioned by the prevailing supply squeeze. Ivory Coast, which is the world's top producer of cocoa, is followed by Ghana, with the two countries accounting for about 60% of the world's commodity. This has raised concerns that any move to push the prices down on the world market will invariably affect Ghana's export of the beans. By this, the country will need a fair price of the produce to pay farmers who have already been promised an increase in farm gate prices. A Business Desk report. Government says it is introducing a new manufacturing policy to incentivize investments in the automobile industry. According to Chief Director at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Patrick Nimo, this is to drive local content development of spare parts and accessories of vehicles. He was speaking at the commissioning of the University of Ghana Toyota Ghana School of Engineering Sciences Training Center.
Been realized, and the industry has extensive capacity to expand. This is projected to grow as production expands and opportunities for supply chain and local content development increase with the manufacturing of components and parts and accessories. For this reason, we are developing a new component manufacturing policy that will incentivize investments in this particular area. This will enable us to produce components and parts for maintenance and repair, the maintenance and repair aftermarket, but also for the assembly plants.
Moving on to some other stories, as part of activities to mark this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Ghana Free Zones Authority has put together a series of events aimed at sensitizing employees and the general public about early detection, treatment to prevent breast cancer. According to Chief Executive Officer Mike Okwe Jr., his outfit will continue to give back to communities it operates in. He spoke to Joy Business at one of its 5-day outreach to the Abokobi and the Labadi markets.
We all know health is wealth. And breast cancer is just too deadly. So we've decided to use that as a means of reaching out to the various communities. As they say, charity begins at home. I live in this constituency and I also work in the Dadekotopon constituency. So we're having screen here and we're having a screen too over there.
You're still listening to the Joy Business Report with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Let's continue with some other stories. Some entrepreneurs have been exploring opportunities in the economy through e-commerce as a way of moving away from the traditional physical business operations. In an event put together by the Aspora Network and MTN Plus, it is expected to whip up interest of more youth in e-commerce businesses. Here's more.
Under the theme, Future of E-commerce, Trends and Opportunities, MTN Plus's Just Be series is a youth-centered program designed to encourage today's youth to aspire to be great entrepreneurs. This series prepares young professionals and entrepreneurs to learn from the discussions and post-sessions incubator program. Project lead for Haspora, Felicia Atta, explains the motivation for the exercise.
A motivation to engage the youth in Ghana through these kinds of life-changing conversation, impactful conversations. The goal is to help change their mindsets, to help channel the future of our great nation.
Speaking to Joy Business, marketing strategist and member of the panel, Patty Sangmo, believes that small-scale business owners can build on their passion to make wealth.
So there's passion that does not generate revenue, and there's passion that generates revenue. In everything that you do, you have to ensure that your lifestyle is being catered for. So if this passion is not going to generate money, you need to find something that generates money for you to fund that passion, because any passion that's not making money for itself needs money to do that.
Entrepreneurs were drawn from fashion, e-commerce and education, among others.
Let's do something about food chain now. And the month of October is known for creating awareness on an array of issues. The agricultural sector is not left out, as the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization has earmarked October 16 as the World Food Day. My colleague Emma Davis has been engaging the country representative, Dr. Yerdi Yasmin, on the strides made to end hunger.
Per the prevalence of undernourishment indicator, 735 million people faced hunger in 2022. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization has taken it upon itself to rid the world of hunger and malnutrition. Here's country representative to Ghana, Dr. Yerdi Yasmin, outlining some measures taken to ensure that Ghana's contribution to the Global Hunger Index reduces.
FAO has been in Ghana since 1959. What FAO has been doing is working hand in hand with the government to build good agricultural policies, to build capacities of the agri-food systems in Ghana, and to work together through various projects. For example, through projects on food security, on nutrition, on fisheries, on forestries, and on livestock.
Data from the 2022 Annual Household Income and Expenditure Survey showed that 15.1 million people were food insecure in Ghana. The country risks the number increasing, but the FAO says it is implementing a new technology to keep farmers afloat to continue filling the bread basket.
Climate change is now a reality. We cannot deny that when we need water, we do not have it. When we do not need so much water, we have flooding in Ghana. In this case, we need to bring in knowledge, science, and innovation to our agriculture. Secondly, water is not available every time. In northern Ghana, the rainy season is only once. People or farmers can only produce one cycle per year, unlike in southern Ghana. So in this case, one of the innovation that FAO is bringing in is to introduce green technologies of irrigation, what we call solar panel irrigation.
Government's flagship program, Planting for Food and Jobs, is aimed at transforming Ghana's agriculture by increasing food production to enhance food security. Some analysts have criticized the impact of the initiative, but here's what FAO, a policymaker, had to say about the program.
During the first phase of the PFJ, we learned a lot. Right? We learned what worked, We learn what system that could be improved. So in my view, the second phase of the Planting for Food and Jobs has captured this lesson learned. So I think, in my view, the PFJ 2.0 is a strategic program. It's important for Ghana.
Conversations surrounding hunger are never ending. That is why the Food and Agriculture Organization instituted the World Food Day to continuously raise awareness.
Every Saturday at 6 p.m. on the Joy News channel. Do make a date. And that's it for the Joy Business Report. But before we go, let's take some messages from EcoBank. And the EcoBank salary account is a special account designed for workers of all income brackets desirous of receiving their salaries through EcoBank. With the EcoBank salary account, you are guaranteed all the benefits of a normal savings or current account plus many more. EcoBank salary account gives workers free life insurance cover of up to 10,000 cedis, 24/7 access to cash and e-banking services, internet and mobile banking services, high interest on savings, no minimum balance, ability to save through the EcoBank Save as you Spend, a unique feature that helps customers to save and invest. Remember, the insurance policy covers death, permanent or temporary disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and more. Savings or current account holders at EcoBank do not have to close their existing accounts to enjoy the numerous benefits of the EcoBank salary account. Just ask your branch or switch your existing account to the EcoBank salary account. Non-account holders should approach any EcoBank branch and ask for the EcoBank salary account. Switch your salary account today and enjoy amazing benefits at EcoBank. Call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003225 wherever for further details. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. I am Pius Kojo Baka, always a joy serving you. Ignition is next.